This is it, the ultimate game in this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrive in this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that gold championship trophy in the building here tonight. Which side will have their dreams come true? Welcome to gleaming State Farm Stadium, the home field of the Cardinals in Glendale, Arizona, as we'll see the #2 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on last season's national champions, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Herbstreit. It's time to get this national championship game underway and crown a champion. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. Return starts from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. So the Fresno State Bulldogs offense has the football first here today. And here we are, folks, the last two teams standing, battling for a national championship. It's been a long regular season. They have survived a punishing playoff run, and here we go. The trophy is in the building. Who's going to walk out of here with a lifelong memory?
Chris, one of the great things now that we're in this 12-team playoff format and in the national championship is we no longer have to debate who should be the champion. You have 12 teams. We've played it out. We're down to the best two teams. Now they get a chance to find out who, in fact, is the best and be crowned the national champion.
That's caught. It's Jones. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Now it's second down here. QB keeper all the way. Has the first down and more. The stop after a huge play moves the ball to the 35.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
On the run, it's Callow. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
Second down after that previous play. He hands it off from the gun. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be in for a long day.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. They finally stop him, but a solid play sets him up. 1st and goal at the 9. The offense threatening, close to the goal line with a new set of downs. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
Tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. You just have to be smart.
Second down and goal upcoming. Change of pace, now looking to throw the football. He's got it right near the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They strike first in this national title bout. Some of the crowd hasn't even settled in. We got points on the board. Buckle up, Kurt.
I mean, this is amazing. This is exactly how you envision it, with the long layoff, the height, the pressure, all the interviews you've done, and to be able to start off with an opening drive and a touchdown, couldn't have scripted it any better.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And he stopped at the 18. Turner trying to make a play. The touchback would have been a better idea. So Alabama's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. Let's check out the impact players in this game, Kurt. Guys that are going to have to step up and deliver. The teammates look to them. Coaches are counting on them today.
Chris, I think these are the guys that show the most consistency, and I think that's why we're showcasing them. And they're going to have to be able to step up and not only make plays, I think provide the leadership. Coach has told us all week that these are the guys that really are unique within this program, and hopefully they play well today. Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been, and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Here comes a handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Lets it fly to the wide out. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
The receiver grabs it. They bring him down quickly. A short pitching catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. And the completion made. And gain enough to set up 1st down now at the 39.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Catch made on the left side. He stopped just short of that 1st down marker, inches away from it.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
He keeps it himself. Stopped on 3rd for no gain. Going to be 4th and 1 now. So as we begin the 2nd quarter, the first play will be a field goal try. Well, Kirk, Fresno State has the lead here. We've reached the end of 1 in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. Well, they've flipped into the field. We're set for the 2nd quarter, and the national championship trophy is in the building. We'll start off the 2nd quarter with a field goal attempt here. And he's got it from 47 yards away, showing off the deep range. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Fresno State offense back on the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. There will cost the offense 5 yards.
False start offense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw. Catch made on the outlet. Great footwork. A big opening now. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defensive coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes. And this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Knox. They stop. Not before he reaches the 35. This offense really threatening now. Big guys up front line up. It's 1st down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion. He's in the clear. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
I mean, how about this offense and this execution? That's 3 plays, 3 completions in the blink of an eye, and now it's 1st and goal.
Great start for this offense. 3 plays, and suddenly it's a 1st and goal. Quarterback checks the defensive look and makes some adjustments. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And now they'll set up for the point after. Extra point makes the lead 11. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Difficult to win games kicking field goals. To cut into this lead, they got to find the end zone. Running back grabs it on the screen. They bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. The offense going with the hurry-up.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
Looks right for a quick completion. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield of the... This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field.
And there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a first down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. A gain makes it second and medium. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Sullivan. They make the stop at the 25, but it's 1st and 10 for this offense. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Here we go, 1st and goal. A touchdown here gets them right back into this game. Caught by the receiver. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Now they line up to kick the extra point.
This is a nice touchdown and a great play call. Just get this receiver in space and let him make people miss and use his speed to get to the end zone. That's what they did here, and it pays off.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And here's the return from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Bulldogs offense back on the field. Each offense has been clicking, scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. It's Jones. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Breaks into the clear. Across midfield. Steps out of bounds, but not before a huge gain on the ground.
Chris, how about that? This guy is a blower with a football in his hands. He gets one block out in front of him. It seems like he's setting a new speed barrier.
So this offense is threatening now. Ball inside the 40 after that explosive play. He's got room to run. Because the first down is still going. They bring him down, but not before gaining first down yardage to the 22. And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick throw out left, complete. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We'll see if the offense here can build on this lead before the break. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. A handoff from the shotgun. Has it back to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. This offense really clicking.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
The extra point is good, so it's 21-10. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Looking to throw it on first down. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Getting set. Here's second down. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Dickey. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the catch downfield. And that will pick up a first down. They'll spot it at 38. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Play action here on first down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Intercepted in the end zone. He's bringing it back.
Well, they're rewarded for going to this nickel package, getting more awareness on the field with that 5th defensive back, and a nice job of coming up with this interception.
Here's the first play of the drive now, set up at the 24. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking deep down the left side. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Big shot here early in the game by the offense, but man, you got to give the defense a lot of credit. Not surprised at all or caught off guard by this aggressive chance by this offense in good position to take that throw away.
QB decides to keep it here. First out and more. He's still running. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
And that's what he likes to do. He knows he's a weapon out there, not just with his arm, but when he can pull it down on an option like this and pick up a big chunk of yards, it can leave any defense with their head spinning.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. Looks to the left, pass caught. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And the pass is incomplete. Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. Second down. We're going to throw it. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The defense comes up huge in this championship game. Listen to the crowd.
Chris, how about the safety here just kind of sitting back, waiting patiently to read the quarterback, and then once the ball's in the air, there's the range to come up with that interception. I love that he's got the speed and the hands to make this quarterback pay for it.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And he steps out of bounds, but that's an excellent return to set up the offense in good position. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Short pass finds the tight end. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. So, with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. And he's got it from 58 yards away, never in doubt. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Chris, the battle for the most coveted trophy in all of college football has been fierce. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to Chris and Kirk in the booth. Fellas, hard to believe we're only one half away from crowning a national champion.
And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Looking for a fast start, trying to take control of the game here in the third quarter. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. Grab behind the line, it's sticky. Stop right there at the line, no gain.
Trying to bait this defensive line into believing they have a shot to get to the quarterback on the pass. Instead, they recognize screen right away, make a really nice play for lost yardage.
Grabbed by the receiver. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. The Fresno State offense is back on the field. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. It's an out route, the catch made. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice game there.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
So quickly, with one explosive play, this offense has moved inside the opponent's 40. Here comes a first down pass attempt. In sure hands, it's Palo. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Defense is coming after him. He escapes the pocket, but not the rush. It'll be a short loss.
As expected, This Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed, it's dangerous.
Defense looking for back-to-back sacks. Third down now. Out of the gun now on third down. That's reeled in. It's Jones. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
For this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
Touchdown, Fresno State. This offense is still clicking. This back cannot be stopped. He is writing his own chapter in championship game history here tonight.
Chris, can you think of a time where we've seen a back have this kind of dominating performance in a national championship game? I mean, it's been some time. This guy's running hard and just so much fun to watch.
With the extra point, the lead is 14.
Fresno State 31, Alabama 17.
Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though?
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Defensive score in the title game, and this place is coming unhinged.
Great job here by the backer, just mirroring the quarterback, reading his eyes, and then stepping in front of that throw. Comes up with it, and then he goes back to high school, shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands, takes it in for a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead.
Fresno State 38, Alabama 17.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Returner brought down, sets up the next drive. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. Quick throw to the left. And it's out of bounds after a decent gain.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Finds room at the 30. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. But when teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And we'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 coming up. And he'll set up to throw. Catch made over the middle. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking for a man. Short throw complete to the tight end. And he's shoved out of bounds with the defense short of the first down marker. Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Out of the gun now on third down. It's complete on the crossing route. And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Tide.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And they've got the returner corralled. Here comes the Fresno State offense back on the field. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. Heads out of bounds after another big gain and a first down. This defense has not been able to stop the quarterback run today.
Love the aggressive mindset from the play caller here on first down. Take a shot downfield. Only thing is, they're all covered. Nobody's open. He gets flushed out of the pocket, decides to run towards the boundary and gets out of bounds, and a good gain and a first down.
Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid game.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Important second down play coming up. Play action fake, looking to throw. Graham behind the line. It's Callow. The defense gets him behind the line as time expires in the third period. Booker, Fresno State has the lead here. We've reached the end of the third quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. For the final period, let's check out the game stats. And here we go. It all comes down to this. Everything to play for. One quarter to decide who will win the national championship. Begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Back to throw again. Looking deep downfield to the left. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball. The punt team making their way on the field.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things. It allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quick completion to the tight end. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. That completion makes it second down. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, it's another positive play, but, man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you've got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Here's the second down play. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Receiver makes the grab, but he's stopped there with the defense for no gain.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary. And they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. First down. Looking to throw the football. And the ball is picked off. Could take it all the way. Out past the 30. They'll finally catch him. That's a huge return. They get the takeaway and set the offense up in great position.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The defensive backs have their eyes on the ball, and they're able to capitalize with a big pick here in the national title.
They can put the game away right here. It's 1st and goal. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Receiver makes the catch. The defense drops him for a loss. They went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
You know, what separates good defenses from great defenses is you're going to give up some catches. But what do you do after the offense makes the reception? Are you giving up much space? Are you giving up yards after the catch? Here, just a really good job by this defense. Yeah, they gave up a reception, but right there to make a nice tackle for a loss.
Tackled after the completion down at the 1-yard line.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterback's in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
And he busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Wait, Chris, 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th rushing touchdown in this game alone. This guy has a chance to not only be player of the game, maybe player of the week in the whole sport.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter.
45, Alabama, 22.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And it's caught. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Alabama comes over the line quickly.
Hey, it's positive yards, right? That's never a bad thing. But let's face it, Chris. These guys got a long way to go in a short amount of time to do it. So let's get the ball downfield, and let's get out of bounds to try to preserve that clock.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Here's the target, and it's complete. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Well, we've seen them do this in the past. A good throw, get the first, and here comes the tempo.
And the receiver snags it. It's complete. Breaks a tackle on the play, and makes a decent gain. Pass complete. It's second down now.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds. So that clock.
Touchdown, Bama. This offense cannot be stopped. And they'll set up for the PAT.
Chris, the quarterback looks up, sees a wide-open target. Sometimes those throws are harder than the ones where they're tightly covered. But he makes a nice throw, and it's an easy touchdown for this offense.
Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. Now they safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work.
Boys, a great job by the hands team. Expecting the onside kick in position. They were dialed in and pounced on the football.
They're going to run the option. Breaks free. They bring him down, but a simple quarterback keeper for a solid gain and a fresh set of downs. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. That's a solid run, good for first down yardage. Grinding away on the ground. And that run produces a decent gain.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Second down play coming up. They'll run the option. He's got the first and still going. They bring him down, but a simple quarterback keeper for a solid gain and a fresh set of downs.
I mean, this guy's having a dream day. Already over 200 yards through the air. Now showing you what he can do with his feet. This guy's a complete package under center.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Man, he got crushed there, didn't he, Chris? And we know this guy is their superstar. He's their leader. But based on that last play, this offensive line's got to do a better job of recognizing that they got to take care of him.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Going toward the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that second level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter.
Fresno State, 52. Alabama, 31.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. National championship game comes down to this. They've got to get points right now. Serious urgency. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught behind the line. It's Dickey. Runs through the defender. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. This is turning into a monster day for this quarterback, Kirk. His passing yards now up over 350.
Yeah, and it seems like this defense has tried everything. They're blitzing. They're sitting back in zone. They're trying to dump.
There's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Defense makes the recovery, a turnover.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hand on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
The offense is set up with excellent field position. Quarterback still with the football. Looking for the end zone, has a lane. He had all day back there before throwing the strike. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Chris, I don't care what era we're talking about in college football. Defending the option when it's really well executed, one of the toughest things that defense can do, and this quarterback deserves a lot of credit. A great feel of when to pull it and when to give it. This time he keeps it himself for the touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He'll bring it out from his end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. When it comes down to this, they need to create some fourth-quarter magic here or this national championship will slip away. First down, looking to throw the ball. With the catch, it's Sullivan. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. That completion makes it second and medium. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. Now they call a run. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
The tight end has got it. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. They'll run it here. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss. Defense spends their second timeout to try to regroup. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment for this important play. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Looking for the wideout. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a 1st down. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. Send the back in motion. Looking to throw it on first down. That's caught. It's Sullivan. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Looked over the middle, but is incomplete.
It's just so hard in these late-game situations when you're trailing by this much to try to get the ball downfield against nickel or dime coverage. They're inviting you to take that underneath throw, hoping you burn the...
He cannot escape. It's a sack. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the second time. That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. What an emphatic statement to close out this national championship run. You know, the coach told his guys, go out there and leave no doubt. Say mission accomplished.
Well, sometimes a team wins a national championship and they just got hot at the right time. And there's other times when it's been clearly the best team in college football all year. To me, these guys have been right up there as the top team in college football, and it's very fitting that they not only win it, but they win it in grand fashion.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. They are official, your kings of college football and national champions, the Fresno State Bulldogs.